These are very important. Let me star this. Be sure that you have these written clearly in your notes. The product of two numbers having the same sign is positive. The product of two numbers having the same sign is positive. The product of two numbers having different signs is negative. The product of two numbers having different signs is negative. I'm using the word product, assuming that you remember that the answer in multiplication is a product. The two numbers that are multiplied to give you the answer are called factors. So I could write the product of two factors having the same sign. Product of two factors having the same sign is positive. The product of two factors having different signs is negative. Let's look at some examples. We start with 5 times 8. These two numbers have the same sign. They're both positive. Therefore, the answer is positive 40. Negative 6 times negative 7. These two numbers have the same sign. Therefore, their product is positive 42. Negative 12 times 2. These two numbers have different signs. Therefore, their answer is negative 24. (10 times negative 45). These numbers have different signs. Therefore, their answer is negative 450. What about 1/2 times negative 3/8? The rule says the product of two numbers or factors having the same sign is positive. The product of two numbers or factors having different signs is negative. It doesn't say we have to use integers. We can use fractions or decimals or any other kinds of numbers we may come across. And so we simply multiply. Multiplying fractions, we multiply the numerators and the denominators, and we get negative 3/16. Positive times negative gives you a negative result. Negative 5/9 times negative 1/15. We're multiplying two numbers with the same sign. Therefore, the answer is positive. In this case, we're multiplying fractions, and reducing can be done before we multiply. Many people call that canceling. A common factor that can be factored out for this numerator 5 and the denominator 15 is 5. And so we can divide 5 into negative 5 to get negative 1, 5 into 15 to get 3, and then multiply negative 1 times negative 1 to get positive 1, 9 times 3 to get 27, and so our answer is 1/27. Negative 4 1/10 times 3. These two numbers have different signs. Therefore, their answer is negative. And multiplying these, we get a negative. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. We mark off one decimal place, and we get negative 12 and 3/10. (52 and 4/10) times negative 2/10. Positive times negative. These have different signs, therefore the answer is negative. And we multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 5 is 10. We have 2 decimal places, and so the answer is negative 10 and 48 hundredths. Now I want you to try some exercises. I've given you 5 exercises to do. Copy these carefully on your paper. Stop the tape, work the exercises, and then restart the tape to check your answers. First exercise, negative 3 times negative 9. Next, negative 10 times 1/3. Third exercise, negative 5 times 23. Fourth exercise, 1 3/10 times 45 hundredths. And fifth exercise, 5/8 times negative 2/15. Your answers should be 27, negative 10/3, negative 115, 585 thousandths, and negative 1/12. Have you ever noticed that in mathematics, anytime you learn to do something, the very next thing you're asked to do is to undo it? When you add, you then learn to subtract, which is the reverse operation. Now that you're supposed to be good at multiplying, let's work on dividing, which is the reverse operation. Let's begin by looking at the notation. Recall, first of all, that division is indicated by the following notations. The divided by symbol that you have on your calculator, or on some computers, but usually not. Most calculators have the divided by symbol that's a little line with 2 dots. Computers, however, use a different notation, a slash. So we can write A divided by B in each of these symbolisms. Another form of division is A over B, which looks exactly like a fraction. And then the long division is written with B divided into A. The 2 pieces of a division problem are the divisor and the dividend. The divisor is B in every one of these. The divisor is B. The dividend is A. The dividend is A. Dividend A divided by divisor B. Notice we write dividend divided by divisor in each case, but in the long division process, the divisor is written first, backwards from the other notations. But all of these have their uses, and as usual, we must get used to them, because even if they were worthless, as long as somebody uses them, and we're forced to learn that in order to read the literature, we're stuck with it. But all of these actually have practical and useful applications.